Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. What's up? We are here for episode 2 of Slaying the Season and Mastering Mindful Money Moves, specifically during the holidays. But you could use these mindset and strategies throughout the year for any season, not just the holiday season. So I'm super excited about sharing these money moves that you can make because one, some people during this season, the stress and the heaviness of spending and buying gifts and doing all these things, it's a lot, right? It causes anxiety and all these things, right? And then other people love this time of year because they are the gift givers. They're the person that loves to give, whether it's their monetarily or their time. They love giving and just spending lots of money and being able to enjoy their increased wealth and help others because they have the means to do it. So wherever you are in this space, these you're going to be able to master your mindful money moves during the holiday season, despite if you are the person that doesn't necessarily like to buy gifts and you're kind of over it, i.e. me. Or you're the person that loves to spend thousands and thousands of dollars and give back to charities and your family and whoever it may be, right? So we're going to talk about that today. Yes, Monday I talked about one of the ways that you can master your mindful money moves, and that was identifying your values and making sure that the traditions that you have currently for the holidays are ones that you want to continue, and if not, set those boundaries, get clear on what that is, and communicate that, and then get clear on what it is that you do want to do. So go back and watch that video from Monday. But before we get into today, tag your friend, your bestie, your coworker, your whoever who you believe needs to hear this information, or share it if you find that it is valuable. I'm Nashaya Richardson, the Play Money Coach, and I work with high achieving women who want to manage their money like a boss so they have more play money to do the things that they enjoy, like shop guilt free, right? And one of those ways that I work with women is through one-to-one coaching and retreats. I am actually launching my very first financial wellness retreat, which is the Radiant Wealth retreat. And it is for those women who are craving that total financial transformation that they absolutely deserve, because you know what? We deserve it, right? So I'm not just serving you a financial wellness retreat. I am serving you a life altering experience to build a healthier relationship with your money. Therefore, we're not waiting to the retreat to start redesigning your financial blueprint. Nope, we're diving head first with you and the other amazing women that are going to be in the retreat, even before you set foot in the villa, right? It's a private villa that I have in Puerto Rico, just for 8 women, right? So I'm all about making sure that you're the boss of your finances. And that's exactly what we're going to do, because I'm going to be guiding you to manage your money like a true boss. And I'm going to be doing that with you through one-to-one coaching, as well as group coaching with the other women before and during the retreat. And I also have some amazing guest speakers who are going to be at the retreat. One is a psychotherapist, because money can be heavy, it can be emotional, right? And there's a lot of things that we have to work through with money, and money is part of our holistic wealth. So, which is why I have that psychotherapist that's going to be there, and I also have a business attorney and real estate development attorney and investor who is also going to be there to talk about to us about building wealth in other ways than just working a job or maybe the business that you're in right now. So the Radiant Wealth Retreat, y'all, it is going to be March 13th through the 16th in Puerto Rico. So if you want to lock in your spot, you can direct message me, or you can book a financial wellness call and we can talk about what that looks like for you. Yeah, and the investment goes from $2,700 up to $3,200, depending on the private suite that you want. And that includes the coaching before the retreat and everything, all your meals, your accommodations, transportation to and from the airport, and all the activities that we have planned during the retreat. So for me, it's a no-brainer investment, but let's talk about it if you want more information on that. But let's get into today's episode of Slaying the Season for your money, mindful money moves, right? So today, I want you to identify what your budget is for the holidays, right? How much do you want to spend on gifts, on donating, on travel, on celebrations, right? Because all of these things sneak up on us. All of these costs, they add up, right? So it's very important that we get clear and intentional about how and where we want to spend our money for the holiday season. Now, if you're someone who loves to spend and you're that gift giver, that's fine. I still want you to identify what your limit is, and so that you can be intentional about where that money goes, right? So if you know that you're someone that wants to buy for your parents, maybe you want to buy for your nieces and nephews, you have that person that you're the extended family person, you want to cover everyone. Identify everyone, write all of their names down and who you want to buy for, right? Also, get clear on if you want to donate to anything during this holiday season. Now, remember that donating during the holidays or whenever, it does not have to be monetary donation. You don't have to give money all the time, right? Maybe your time is just as valuable right during this time because maybe they need people to deliver meals or put together gifts for families, just kind of be there to like help set things up, all of these things. So your time may be just as valuable as your money. And if you have it, you can give that versus giving money. But if you are someone that wants to give monetarily, then look at how much you have set aside in your donating budget and what is left, right? Because maybe if you have a donating budget for the year, maybe you're already at the end and you're kind of getting low, or maybe you set aside a specific amount for donating just for the holidays so that you know how much you have and what charities or causes that you actually want to give to. Also, if you are traveling during the holiday season, be realistic about how much that costs, right? Because I know for me, anytime I travel somewhere for some reason, I have to buy something new. And if that is you, put a one in the comment, right? Like even if it's just a shirt, or like I buy all like, the toiletry things like that cost $1, whatever it may be, for, travel and stuff or whatever. Like that stuff adds up, right? So if you're traveling during the holiday season, get clear on the cost. Are you going to have to buy food in the airport? Are you going to buy food wherever you go? Are you staying with relatives? Are you, doing a hotel? Are you doing Uber? Are you doing a rental car? Add those things up, right? So that we can be intentional about our money moves and where that money is going. Also, if you're doing any celebrations during this holiday season, maybe your employer has a holiday celebration, maybe you're doing like a Friendsgiving, or like a grab bag or things, out with your friends or your family. Get clear about which of those celebrations that you're going to participate in, because those things add up as well too. Because you got $20 here, you might have to pay $50 here. Maybe you have one that's really nice and it's $100, right? You're going to buy new clothes, or you're going to wear things that you already have in your closet. Those things add up. And then next thing you know, we plan to spend maybe $500. And now we're $1,500 later. And we're thinking, like, man, I didn't plan to do all that, but I had a good time. But I also didn't plan to do that. Right. So planning and getting clear on what you're doing during this holiday season is really going to help you master your money moves. So now that you know who you're buying gifts for, and you know what causes you're donating to, whether it's your time or your money, right? You know, if you're traveling, what that's going to cost you. You know, if any celebrations that you're going to do. I want you to get clear on if it's in alignment with the values that you identified on Monday that we talked about, right? Are those traditions or things that you want to continue to do, or are they things that you're just doing because it's something you've always done, but it doesn't really feel good to you, right? I had a client who we worked together during the holiday season, and she was someone who was a gift giver, kind of like the people pleaser, right? But her family looked at her as someone, that always gives. She had the money, so therefore they expected her to buy them gifts and do all these things for them all the time. And she had a difficult time with saying no. So we really worked through that saying no, because that was also feeding into other areas of her life, not just in her personal life, but her job as well, setting those boundaries. So we talked about her building that confidence, right, to say no, and identifying what was important to her. So that she can really, feel confident about that. So after we worked together, she actually ended up saving $1,500 over 2 months. And then for the holiday, she openly communicated to her family that she was setting that boundary, that she wasn't going to be buying all these gifts that they don't even use. They end up putting it in the corner by the time it arrives from Amazon or wherever they get it from, and it has no value to them. And she set the boundary that she was working on her finances this year. That year, it wasn't this year, but it was that last year, and that she wanted to do personalized gifts for them, and got very clear on what they wanted, so then she can personalize the gifts that she wanted to give. And she said that was the best holiday she had ever had because she set the boundary. She didn't spend all of this money on meaningless things just to have a lot of stuff, and she was able to continue to work on her financial goals during that holiday season. So I want that to be you as well, right? And then the next part is the mindset piece, right? So it's one thing to say, like, okay, I'm going to set this limit, or this is my spending budget, or spending plan. Let's say, not say budget because some people cringe, right? But this is my spending plan for the holiday season, with all the gift giving, donating, traveling, celebrations, everything, right? Now, I want you to remind yourself that focus on your own finances, right? Because sometimes that financial peer pressure comes up and we feel tempted to buy more because we're comparing ourselves to what other families or people are doing and how they're spending their money. So now it almost feels like you're in competition with someone who's not even in competition with you. Like they're not even paying attention to what you're doing, but you feel almost obligated to spend more money so that you can keep up with other people. Maybe people are posting on social media, or maybe they're talking about all the things that they're going to buy their family and all the things that they're going to do. And sometimes that actually pushes us to want to spend more because we're like, man, I want to be able to do that. Or, you know what, I do have the money to do it, even though I set a boundary or I set a certain limit on how much I wanted to spend. You know what, I'm just going to spend a little extra. No, girl. Focus on your own finances and your goals and the things that you want to do with your money and what feels good for you. That's the thing. Does it feel good for you? Right? So focus on your finances and don't compare what other people are doing, that's going to make you feel like you have to do more. Right? And then also just focus on how you want to feel after this holiday season. So based on how you spent, is that going to feel good for you and your finances? Are you going to be proud of the decisions that you made, or are you going to be mad because you're paying off a credit card 3 months after the holiday season, right? So let's think about long term and just not in that moment, because sometimes we get caught up in the hype and it's like, oh yeah, I'm shopping, I'm swiping, and this is fun, I'm giving gifts, but we don't think about the aftermath. And are we going to be resentful and feel guilty and about all the things that we bought? Or are we going to feel really good about the things that we did and the families that we were able to help, and our own family that we were able to help, and all the good things that came from it, right? Because remember, it's not just about buying gifts, it's also about time, and what we're putting into maybe the gifts that we do get. Because that's the other thing too, is sometimes we just buy things to say, oh, I gave this person something, but was it something that that person actually wanted or needed? So how about we ask people, what is it that you want or you need in this season? Because maybe they just want a meal, right? Like, they just want somebody to cook them a meal, or someone to invite them over so that they have company and they can spend quality time with people outside of their home, or maybe in their home, right? Maybe they really have been wanting, I don't know, like this new heated blanket. Yeah, I love my heated blanket. Maybe they've been wanting that, but just haven't bought it for themselves because they're taking care of other people, or maybe they just feel like they're not deserving of buying it for themselves. And by you asking them, what is it that you need or want during this holiday season, can really make someone's life a lot better by getting them exactly what it is that they can use and what's of value to them versus just buying them stuff, right? Because sometimes we get into that, oh, I'm just going to spend $10 and get them something, but could you have given them the $10 and they can use it towards gas or something they could really use, right? So let's be mindful of that. If any of this was valuable for you, put hashtag value, right? And if you happen to be catching this on the replay, I guess I should have said this in the beginning, put hashtag replay. But yes, y'all, that was Slaying the Season, episode 2. I will be back tomorrow to talk about the third and fourth thing to really master your mindful money moves during the holiday season. But these are also things that you can use throughout the year as well, not just for the holidays. And like I said, one of those ways that we master your mindful money moves together is through my Radiant Wealth Retreat, which is March 13th through the 16th. In Puerto Rico, where we are going to be at a private villa. You, me, my experience manager, and 7 other high achieving women, where we are really going to tap into your finances and your relationship with money and give you that total financial transformation that you absolutely deserve, right? And I'm not just serving you a financial wellness retreat, I'm serving you a life altering experience to build a healthier relationship with your money. So therefore, we're not waiting until the retreat for you to start redesigning your financial blueprint. We're diving in headfirst with you and the other women before you even set foot in the villa, right? Because I'm all about you making yourself the boss of your finances. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And as I'm guiding you through managing your money like the true boss that you are, when we work together one-to-one and in group coaching before and during the financial retreat. So I just want you to imagine yourself like stepping into the villa, right? And you won't be scrambling to get your money act together then, right? Because you'll be arriving in style with your money management game strong and ready to fully immerse yourself into this experience to elevate your money mindset and curate a relationship with the money, with your money that you desire. And you'll truly be able to focus on your money and disconnect from life, because you'll be at this retreat with these other women and all we'll be focusing on is your finances versus you being on Zoom and you playing with the kids and you trying to manage dinner and do all of these things. No, we're going to disconnect so that you can really work on your finances. And I create intimate spaces because I know that money can be something that a lot of us don't want to talk about publicly. I know that some of us are doing really well, and there are some of us that look like we're doing very well, but our finances say otherwise. So just know that you are in a safe space with me because I see it every day. I used to live it myself, right? But I also see it with the women that I work with. So I know that it can be difficult to talk about money publicly and, show, a good face on the outside, but also deal with what's going on financially inside. So if you want to lock in one of those 8 spots that I have at the Radiant Wellness Retreat, I want you to either direct message me or you can book a financial wellness call at meetwithnashea.com. We can talk about what that looks like for you. And even though, you may want to be at the retreat, maybe that's not the best route for you at this time. And we can talk about different ways that you can work with me. But 8 spots, that's it. When they're gone, they're gone. So yes, if you find value in these masterful money moves, put hashtag value. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 3 as we talk about slaying the season and master mindful money moves during this holiday season as well as throughout the year. So y'all have an awesome day and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later.